Hello, welcome back. I'm Tanya from Tanya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? I've been doing pretty good. I don't know where this month is going. It's just flying. Like, I'm still in February, you guys, and now we're mid-March already. So fast. But anyway, did I tell you for my birthday, my girls gave me a membership to our local community center. I always call it the rec center because that was originally what it was named, but now it's the community center, but it's been really cool. Yeah. It's so I go walking with my daughter and the kids, and let me tell you, those little kids can book pretty fast. And I mean, we do a mile, walking, and then we've gone swimming once, which was pretty fun. And we have to play racquetball every single time. Now we don't, it's not the fast-paced racquetball. If anybody asks me, how do we play racquetball? I'm gonna be like, we play slop, like in pool. It's just, it can bounce 8 times, it's okay. But it's lots of fun. My grandson just loves to play racquetball. That's his thing. And gotten me out, gets me walking, I mean, of course, now it's warming up around here, but it's still cool. It was a great gift from them, so I've been enjoying it. Maybe I'll lose some of the extra weight I carry. But it's good therapy, really. There is nothing like getting out and just blowing off steam. Of course, sometimes when we're walking, they have to stop at they have to stop and look at the pool, and they have to stop and go on the one treadmill, and they have to stop and hit the big punching bag if it's up, and that's hilarious. And then they book around and have to look outside at the park and have to look outside if somebody's driving by, So it's pretty funny. And then the one time, this girl jogged by when we were on the walking track, and my grandson had his snow boots on. You know how clunky they are, right? He had his snow boots on. He saw her coming. He had looked back, and he was like, oh, hell no. And he just starts running. Like, he ran at least half the track before he finally gave up and let her pass him. Talk about a competitive child there. He's ornery. Oh, he's all boy, and he is ornery. So that's been what I've been doing, adding into my busy days. But it's been fun. It's been fun. So what are we doing today? Today, we are going to do liquid foaming hand soap. You can craft your own recipes. It's not hard. Liquid soap, you want to use a lot of liquid oils. You want to use potassium hydroxide. That's the kicker. It's got to be liquid soap. That's what we're doing today. We're making liquid foaming. We're making liquid soap paste first. Then you have to do the dilution process. It's a process. So yeah, we'll get to it. 3 things. Be kind, be forgiving, be you, and let's go check out this video on foaming hand soap. Into our liquid soap paste. I think it's been a while since we've actually done a liquid soap. And I do not do the cold process method ever. I always hot process my liquid soap paste. So I like my oils to be above 150, and then I make my lye water. So my lye water is hot. My oils are hot, and I'm going to pour them in there, pour the lye water in there, and then I'm going to stick blend for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to shut it off and do about a half a minute to a minute of just stirring like that. And then I do another 3 minutes. And that is like my secret number. It's really crazy, but it works every time, no matter what type of liquid soap I'm using. Now, sometimes I don't always get it to emulsion or trace. And remember, it's hot process. And so if I don't, I will get there eventually. That's my thing. I will get there eventually. And the longer I stick blend, the foamier white, the foaming white bubbles, the more I will get on top. It's been a long time since I actually looked up the information on where I found it, and that looks like a pretty good emulsion. It's not probably totally 100%. As you see, it's starting to break apart. Yeah, but liquid soap is one of those things where you don't want to totally ruin your stick blender. It could probably take another 5 to 10 minutes of stick blending if I really wanted to get it there. But being it's hot processed, I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm not. I do my 3 minutes, my short segment, my 3 minutes, and it'll be frothy like that, and that's when I shut the cover. Yep. I check it in 5 just to make sure I don't overflow my soap. Volcanoes. Here's another 5 minutes. As you can see, it's cooking really well. It's foaming. It's doing its thing. So I'm actually, I did. I was like, maybe I'm not gonna. Nope, I guess I am. It's super foamy and it's coming together and it's beautiful. One thing, if you use a lot of shea butter, it might not be as clear. If you use a lot of tallow and lard, it might not be as clear. I really don't care. I go for performance. Okay. And so there we go. And another 15 minutes later, it's starting to thicken up. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful. There goes my camera. I told you I've been having trouble with my camera. But yeah, so every 15 minutes, I'd give it a stir. Water ratio, 3-to-1. All the time. 3 times the lye. So if your lye is 2 ounces, pretend 2 ounces times 3, that means I'd use 6 ounces of water. Why? Because I do cook this quite a bit. Make sure you pH test it at the end to make sure that, you are not still too high of a pH, where it's still 14. You don't want it up that high. Even the soap paste, even though we're going to dilute it, it's still a thing, And another round of soap. Obviously, I did not move my camera. I'm so sorry. Sometimes you just can't fix. No. Oh, but look at that. It's beautiful, really beautiful. It's thick, it's foamy, it's doing its thing. I love it. Love it. So why foaming hand soap? Well, this could actually be used for the regular, liquid hand soap. Foaming hand soap was actually invented because to use less water when you wash your hands, because it rinses off pretty fast, and you really don't even need to rinse it off. I'm going to test that later to see how well that actually works. Okay? But anyway, here we are. I'm going to say we are at least an hour in. Look at that beautiful gelling going on. I'm trying to get it. So I think my, the way I was seeing it wasn't as pretty as what you were actually seeing. But look at that. I love that gel. I love looking at that gel. It's just so pretty. And this is perfect. So once again, stirring it up, making sure all it, I scrape the sides, get everything moved. This stays at, I think I do it at warm. Well, no, when I heat up my oils, it's at the 10 hour, and then I turn it down to warm, and I think it stays on warm the rest of the time. If you ever feel you need to kick it up, just kick it up a notch for like 15 minutes to a half hour. Okay, so here it is. And this is actually going to set overnight in the crock pot. It's called resting the soap paste. And a lot of people don't do this, but I just like to do this. So into my jar, I have that big jar there. I don't remember. I don't think I'm diluting it all. I'm doing a certain percentage, but look how stiff that paste is. It's literally beautiful. Yep, just beautiful paste. Now, some key components to remember is you cannot dilute this with, like let's say milk or beer or wine or goofy things like that, okay? Water, distilled water, hydrosols are fine. Aloe vera, juice, sure. But you don't want to do things that are going to spoil. You need to do that stuff if you want it to be a buttermilk soap, a foaming soap. You need to add the buttermilk when you cook it. Everything has to go through that saponification process, and with the soap and all that. No goofy stuff when you dilute it, okay? I am going to put, I think I do an ounce less of water versus soap paste here. Sometimes you do 50-50. There is a sheet, I think it's a Google sheet. If I can find it, I will share it. That tells you how to figure out how much water is left in your soap paste and then what percentage of soap versus water you want. It helps you calculate it out. If I can find it, I will share it. If I can't find it, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll put my notes at the end. Kind of scribbly. But I do heat this up in the microwave, the water to almost boiling. And it does take me a couple days because I set it and forget it to dilute it. Make sure you label it, this much paste, this much water, or whatever you're going to do. And I don't hit it with an immersion blender. I've done it, but it just doesn't turn out the greatest. Does that make sense? Okay. The rest of the soap paste I'm going to put in this other jar. I weigh everything out so I know exactly how much soap paste I made. It all gets documented. Yeah, so my batches are all documented, so I know what goes where goes how, what did I use it for, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but so soap paste will last a very long time. So that is why I only dilute a certain amount. That soap paste will last possibly years. I might have to add more water to it if I actually had it for 2 years. I've never had my soap paste that long. I'm usually diluting and, using. But, okay. Got it? Are you good? Okay. Okay, so the one in the crunchy pickles is diluting, and the one to the bottom left is going to be saved for later use. Lots of things you can do with soap paste, but this is its dilution after a couple hours, okay? And here it's diluted, I think the next morning. We had snow. We don't have any snow left, people. None. I'm just showing you the dilution. Okay, so being I still had chunky stuff in there, which is fine. I'd rather have to add than have it too liquidy and have to figure out how much soap paste to add back. That's why I short myself. Okay, but for the extra ounce, I am going to add aloe vera juice. So I have a little bit of aloe vera juice and a little bit of glycerin. Glycerin is a humectant, helps moisturizing. I love aloe. It's great for the skin. So 2 components. It's not a lot, but that's okay because I want my soap to be the star product here. And just to note, you can use 100% aloe vera to dilute your soap paste. You can use glycerin. A lot of people say 10%. I've seen up to 20% in other places. So it's totally your choice. But if you watch and see how thick this is now, because there is a little bit more diluting to be done, but you can use this as it is, as just a soap, like squirt it out. But like I said, I do like the foaming soap, and that's how I sell it. I sell it as a foaming soap in the dispenser or in a refill. And then you have to add the water yourself when you dilute it for foaming soap. See what I mean? And then I cover it and I let it do its thing. Okay, now our soap paste is beautiful and it is dissolved totally. Okay? 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 I'm going to show you an example. I'm not going to do a whole one because I like to test my fragrance oils with just a little bit of soap because some will like to thicken up. And sometimes you can get them to release. Sometimes it'll take like a week or so. But it can happen. My favorite technique is, I'm not showing it to you here. Go back to another liquid one. I'm pretty sure I do it. See how it's thickening up the soap? So I heated the soap, and it's thickening up the soap. And then what you do is you add more soap. Okay? But I'm doing such a small batch here. It's just 2 ounces that it's not gonna release that fast. But if you would put your fragrance oil in there for like, let's say 8 ounces and you diluted it in 1 ounce and then you added your other ounces of soap, it would eventually release. Okay? And the thing is I'm not using it, so this fragrance oil definitely seized it up. I can't use it for just regular soap, stick it in the thing. And that's a good thing to know. I can't just put it in the dispenser of a regular soap dispenser and have it dispense out because it's super thick now. Okay? Which is another reason I like the foaming hand soap. But most of our containers in my house are for foaming hand soap. So what you do is the ratio is 1:4, which is 1 part soap paste to 4 parts water. So 2 ounces of soap paste goes to 8 ounces of water, right? And if you buy this, if you have this and you can just use a measuring cup, you guys. It doesn't matter. Once you've worked with it enough, you know that, I know that I can add 1:4 with this foaming hand soap and it works beautifully still. Okay? Just make sure you mix it up. That is hot water that I've added to the soap paste. It helps it dilute it a little faster. It really doesn't take long. This dilution does not take long. It's like 5 minutes. I colored it just for fun. And micas are a total waste with foaming hand soap. Okay? So this is my soap. Look at it foam. It's beautiful. The bubbles are actually a tish on the blue side. It's hard to see. But very nice, very foamy. I just love it. And then there is this not rinsing technique that I wanted to try. And it actually worked. I'm shocked as you are. It actually worked. And my hands don't feel sticky. They don't feel greasy or anything. They just feel clean. And then I did, wipe excess off. But they're still, I was impressed. I really didn't know you could do that. And that's what it was for. But yeah, there you go. And as far as a preservative, that's all up to you. And there is my foaming hand soap. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.